everyone, welcome back to more Final Fantasy XIV Online, where last time we met the new leader of the Bloody Executioners, a pirate group out of Limsa, who has not been going along with the fellow occupants of Limsa in pretty much just trying to leave the kobolds alone. We were able to stop them now, so hopefully everything is okay where we can attempt to talk with and potentially cure the kobolds of their tempered states. We are going to see, though. Graha. Be under no misapprehension. The extent of the High Priest's tempering is like to far exceed that of Gabu. But then his was a relatively mild case. Milder, indeed, than the majority of those who wish to be saved. The coming mission will be a truer test of our treatment. I have no doubt that Alize will succeed with the cure, if we can but afford her the time. Come on, Alize, we got this, right? Alphino wasn't lying when he said I'd be defenseless, so I'm counting on you all to give me the time I need. Our sole purpose will be to keep you out of harm's way, so leave that to us. Focus on your own task. Indeed, and should you want for Aether, you need only say the word. Huh? Gabu, did you follow us here? There's something important that I want to say to the High Priest. Express states say, please, let me come with you, please. I'm sorry, but it's too dangerous. I need you to promise me that you'll stay here where it's safe, alright? My apologies for the wait. It took time, but we have secured our audience. All unfolded as expected. At the mention of my returning their crystals in person, the kobolds suddenly remembered how keen they were to be reconciled. And so, in the glorious spirit of cooperation, we are to be received by Patriarch Zada of the Second Order, who awaits our pleasure in the navel. If you are ready, let us proceed to the Ugamaro mines at once. Gabu never promised, so you know they're gonna be there. Oh gosh. Conqueror's chain stands ready, but weaken your foes, and it will see them subdued. Patriarch Zada, if the name sounds familiar, it's because he was the one who presided over the deaths of Gabu's parents. I tried to reach out to him that day, only for my pleas to fall upon deaf ears. But this day will be different. We'll reach out together, all of us, and we will take peace in our grasp. There's nothing more to say. I'm going to do this. For Gabu, and Tesleen, and anyone who's ever dreamed of a better future. Alize can be forgiven a certain amount of recklessness, but if she goes so far as to contemplate sacrificing herself, a reminder how she responded when I thought to do the same. Thank you, Graha. Not that we will let it come to that, of course. Ready when you are, my friend. This Aetheryte will bear us to our quarry. Should he make to summon Titan, as I anticipate, we will halt the ceremony and restrain him. At this, all hells will break loose, and we'll have an army of kobolds to entertain till Alize's work is done. Just remember, none must die. We weaken them and let Ainzart do the rest. It's time. Stay the course, my friends. I spy calmer waters beyond this squall. Yep, let's do it.
Greetings, Patriarch. I am Merlwib Blufisvin, Admiral of Limsa Laminsa. I come before you to offer my sincerest apologies for the many wrongs committed by my people against you and yours.
You were foolish to come here. Stupid, unwise, foolish. The Great Father shall have your souls for your folly.
Aye, just as we thought.
Now, Alize! Quickly!
You don't need to tell me.
Let none pass. We must grant her as much time as we can.
Here we go. Oh, God. Go seeks to harm the Patriarch with vile magics. Kill her, slay her.
We must protect Alize!
Oh my God, there's so many of them.
You're in my sights. You're in my sights.
It's ready. Go, Angelo. Ah, what sorcery is this? Is tempering is too severe. I can't finish the job. So one person's aether is not alone. It's not enough, even. Oh, just what we needed, alright! Everyone gather close. Oh, do I need to be in, like, the middle?
You're in my sight.
Well, let's lend Alizé our aether.
Here you are, Alize.
Come from anywhere. Stay alert. Aye, Admiral. Thanks, you too. I'll give it another try. Bombs. We can't let them get near Alizé. I am nearing my limit.
More! I need more ether! Just a little more!
Seven hells, there's too many. Give this to me. Stand clear, all of you. Marshal! Oh god, Marshal. Ugh. Oh, reckless things. Alizé, now's your chance. Oh. Alright, please. Please let this work. Ah, my head! The pain! The pain! Is this still not enough? Almost there. Shan't lend me your aether too. Oh, that's Alpha now. Channel aether. Channel aether. Aether depletion. Aether is waning, decreasing physical ability. Ooh. Damage down to just. Oh shoot. You're dead now, girl. Finished, done for dead. No, you don't. No, Admiral, it's too dangerous. I made my decision. Before I came here, no matter what it costs me, Limsa will have peace. Admiral, no! Slay the last. Exterminate. Destroy. Slay. Alright, good. He's out. Shant, a little more aether. Just a little more. I can finish this. In event. Thank you. It will work this time. I promise. Go, Angelo!
Yes, this will do. Here I go. Go, Angela.
Did it work? What?
What is the meaning of this?
I'm sorry, but they died by your hand. You sacrificed them to summon Titan.
No! Why? Why would I do such a thing?
Would that there were a cure for the victims of the Tempered.
Gabu! What are you doing here?
Patriarch, please listen to me. Hear, heed, listen. The Great Father we have been summoning is false. He only hurts us and those we love. For a long time, his voice filled my mind. It told me to do terrible things. Awful, unspeakable, terrible things. But I didn't give in to it, and you mustn't either. There's been too much pain already, so please, end the suffering.
What have I done?
We share this child's desire, Patriarch. An end to summoning, for it spells naught but misery for both our peoples. For many long years, man and Kobold have feuded over territory, pillaging and perishing for the earth beneath our feet. It may be said that we fought to survive, but what we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on. I would see us set aside the past and work together for peace.
It was wrong of me to hurt my own in the name of the Great Father. Sinful, evil, wrong. But that doesn't mean there can be peace between us. Men cannot be trusted. The bounty of the land was to be ours, and yours the bounty of the sea. But you broke the pact. Violated, breached, broke. Unready as we were, what choice had we but to call upon the divine to rid ourselves of your tyranny?
None. And I do not blame you for it. In violation of the spirit, if not the letter of the pact, we took your lands for our own. The fault lies wholly with us. On behalf of all Laminsons, I offer you my humblest apology. I pray you'll find it in your heart to accept it. Yet I know an apology alone will not serve to make things right. So, we will revise the pact to leave no room for doubt. And any who violate it shall face justice, swift and certain.
No, we won't be fooled. Not again.
Please, hear me to the end. Fleeting though it was, there was a time when man and Kobold abided together in harmony, in cooperation. In those days, your people shared the secrets of smelting. Knowledge which allowed Limsa Lominsa to thrive. Much of what we have, we owe to the Kobolds. And so, for the good of all who dwell on this isle, I wish to make you an offer. We will bear your people's wares to every corner of the world, and trade them in your stead. In return, we will bring you the bounty, not only of the sea, but lands both near and far. Whatever you desire, the Navigator as my witness, you shall have it. There will be no more man and beastman, just the crew of the great ship that is Vilbrand. And together, we will share in the wealth of the world, if you'll only accept our hand in friendship.
We want to believe you. We truly do. But we believed you before and you betrayed us. Fooled, deceived, betrayed us.
There are bad men, it's true. But there are also good ones. And the ones before you are the best of them. They were always kind to me. Caring, nice, kind, and I trust them with my life.
Before I became Admiral, I was a pirate. I stole, I fought, I stained the sea red with blood. Such is my past, and I dare not forget it, however much I might want to. That is death penalty. The pistol I used to pass judgment on my own sire when he fell thrall to Leviathan and betrayed his comrades. It's loaded. If you were to point it at my head and pull the trigger, I would most assuredly die. Though it isn't much, my life is the single most valuable thing I possess. If it will suffice to atone for past wrongs, take it. A single bullet to annul the old pact, and my blood to write it anew. What comes after, I entrust to this man, my second in command. I know that he will do his utmost for the happiness of all who call Vilbrand home.
I do not trust you. Not yet. But Gabu does. And I will trust him.
Gosh.
We want you to know that we respect your faith. There's nothing wrong with giving thanks to the land which sustains you. But summoning is different. Should you hear of anyone who would attempt it, we ask that you appeal to their better judgment, or failing that, seek our aid. We're always ready to help.
Many and more of my brethren are yet enthralled to the Great Father, just as I was. If you could free them too, I would be grateful. Appreciative, thankful, grateful.
Tis we who should be grateful, Patriarch. I thank you for affording us this chance.
Oh, gosh. Hell yeah. Admiral seems hell's bent on wearing me to death, but I suppose the ends justify the means. Well fought, my friend, well fought. In two separate worlds, the seeds were sown, and through the determination of two indomitable women, they have quickened into this historic moment. I feel honored to have been present to see it. It's been a long time, but the dream of a lasting peace with the Kobolds may soon become a reality. It's all thanks to Alizé. Hell yeah. Treatment may have restored the Patriarch to his senses, but it was the Admiral and Gabu's words that touched his heart. This moment belongs to all of us, Shent. We shouldn't have done it. We couldn't have done it without each other. I'm so glad we could sway the Patriarch. Convince, persuade, sway. Thank you for making it possible. Thank you. It would seem we have found a way forward with the kobolds. Next we'll help the Second Order to free their tempered brethren from thraldom. Theirs is far from the only order, of course, and it will take no small amount of time and effort to reach the nest. But reach them we will. However long it takes. Rest, not nest. I don't know why I said nest. I would say that I was in your debt, but that has long been true. So instead I will say thank you for helping us to plot a new course, not only for Limsa, but all Eorzea. Yeah. This can now be for everyone. Gabu is wise beyond his years. It's all very well leaders signing peace and treaties, but it falls to individuals to bridge the gap. If I could befriend you all, then surely other kobolds can befriend men too, and I'll do everything I can to help them. Facilitate, assist, help. Save the moment, lad. Your next task can wait. Whoa, oh, it's raining. Judging by the complaints my back is making, I may have overreached myself. The ravages of old age. I dare say we could all do with a rest. Halazay not least of all, given the amount of aether she has been expending of late. True. Future's rewritten. Hafano's face is a picture equal parts jubilant and relief.
Right. Let's return to the Rising Stones.
But wait.
Admiral, something strange is afoot at the floating city.
Breathe, man. What is it?
I think it's best you see for yourself. Please, come with me.
Floating city.
What in the world is that?
I don't know. Show me. Ooh, what is that? Oh, that does not look good.
You can see it too, then? I feared I was losing my wits. One moment I was patrolling as usual, and the next it was just there.
Yes? This is she. I am. I'm looking at it. What? Understood. Send the Elder Seedseer my regards.
Oh, there's one there too. Oh no.
The communications officer. It seems this isn't the only tower. They've sprung up all across Eorzea.
Giant evil towers.
Nothing more is known. Only that they appear to be of Garlean construction. Our allies on the Alamegan front are on highest alert. Forgive my directness, but would you join them? They may well need the help.
Of course, Admiral. We shall make all haste.
My thanks. I will return to Limsa to weigh our response. Look for Commander Hext when you arrive in Alamigo, and may the Navigator speed you on your way.
Wonderful. That doesn't look good at all. What the? It's not one thing, it's another. My gosh. Don't worry, Lieutenant Abeder. I'll keep watch over the tower. Your place is in Alamigo. Gotta talk to Lise. Though it isn't visible from here, the locals report that a tower-like structure has appeared to the south. Don't worry, he's with our Maelstrom friends, meaning we're free to deal with the latest problems to fall uninvited into our laps. Appears to be business as usual inside the city, but at least we'll be able to tell us if there's been any developments without. Please?
Thank you for coming so soon. I'll send for Commander Aldin at once, and we can decide what to do about these infernal towers.
Broken Preserve!
Oh. Well, but he's just flying.
It can't be.
The palace! After them!
Uh-oh.
You're here. Good.
Gabon? Oh!
Well, well, well! To be received by such an illustrious cast! Why? Even the hero of the piece is here! I feel quite starstruck.
Is that Asahi?
His body, more like. You don't fool us.
Oh! You saw straight through it! Anyone would think you dealt with Asians before. Permit me to introduce myself. I am Fandango, and may I say what a pleasure it is to finally make your acquaintance.
Hello, Fandango. The towers, what are they for?
My, straight to business is it? Suit yourself. It is my intention to recreate the final days. To which end I have distributed a collection of rather ingenious devices, or towers, which will, in time, give rise to the grandest of spectacles.
The final days? But it was the Asians who labored to prevent them.
You're quite right, though I would expect no less from one responsible for eliminating my unsundered colleagues. Honestly, the three of them were obsessed with restoring the one true world. As a sovereign individual, however, I never had much interest in such things. I mean, why bother when you're just another sundered minion? Admittedly, Elidibus was not convinced by that argument, but thanks to you, I'm finally free of his incessant nagging. Free to use my powers as I see fit, to fulfill my heart's desire. And my heart's desire is to lay this half-broken world to waste, leaving nary a fleck of dust behind!
What? Why would you want such a thing?
Because I want wretched creatures who ask such meaningless questions to die! You! And you! And you! I want you all to die! And I want to die too! Oh, yes! I want to die and take everyone with me in a paroxysm of pain and suffering!
Oh my god! Okay.
I'm different, you see. From the ancients who clung to dear life, and from you. So don't bother trying to reason with me. You will find I have no reason, or creed, or any such tripe. I just want to destroy the world. But please do resist with all your might. It will add to my enjoyment.
So he's just chaos. Okay.
Now then, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes peeled, for the curtains have risen on the spectacle to end all spectacles. We, the Telophoroi, shall be your performers and this very star our stage.
Telophoroi. Oh no. Oh no. Everyone get down. Get away. Oh, that can't be healthy. Whoa, even blew me back. Oh shit.
But I nearly forgot. I have a message for you. My esteemed patron, Lord Xenos, eagerly awaits you at the heart of the chaos. While I wish only to destroy the world, he exists solely to relive a certain, transcendent moment with you. And it is for that reason he would reduce all to ash. Pray see to it his dreams do not go unfulfilled. For if you should disappoint him, my trusty companion here, whom I've dubbed Lunar Bahamut, will burn your cities and everyone in.
Lunar Bahamut. Wonderful.
Everyone out! My men will tend to the blaze.
Well, shit. Scouts report that the Ascian and his dragon have left Garabania. Seems this was purely a social visit. What part could these towers feasibly play in the Telophoroi's plans, do you think? I, for one, am at a loss. For now, we should bear word of these developments to the others. I only hope Thinkred and Yuan-Jay are safe. Not gonna lie, I forgot what they were even doing. Are you alright, Shint? The rest of us are fine, if a little singed. That dragon let us off lightly. Honestly, though, only a madman would choose the name Lunar Bahamut, which just about sums up Fandaniel, I suppose. Though our objectives were different, I could understand why Elidibus and his fellows acted as they did. But Fandaniel... Oh, it will take me some time to make sense of it all, if indeed there is any sense to be found. Thank goodness everyone's safe. We've managed to put out the fire, though not quickly enough to save the garden. Raban, can I leave it to you to send word to the Alliance? I'm going to take a unit and investigate the tower. We need to find out what it's for. We'll go with you. No, you won't. You'll rest. For what Melwood tells me you're due some time off duty. Should we learn anything about the tower, we'll be sure to share it with you. Until then, I want you to rest. Very well, but if you need our help, don't hesitate. And take care, both of you. Bye. When Asien is on the prowl, it will not be long before we call on you and yours again. Rest now while you still can. So you really did it. You found a cure for tempering. Well, it makes me want to do something heroic right now. Speaking of which, I'd better get ready and set out for the tower. I'll speak with Kryl at the Rising Stone. Oh, everyone's here. Well, I mean, I guess he stole his new. We still don't know where Thancred and Yandere are. Though my new, or rather old, by which I mean young, though this body has a good deal more stamina than the one I wore in the first, I confess it's been looking forward to a moment's respite. We've had a busy few days, have we not? Stola returned just before us. It seems she knows about the towers, too. Ah, how good it feels to come home to the Rising Stones. It's here my heart feels most at peace, and my mind the clearest. It would seem you have had quite an eventful time in my absence. I am fully rested now and ready for more. We haven't rested yet, so we might take you up on your offer. Welcome back, Shent. Make yourself comfortable and let me know if I can get you anything. Kryl? Ah, you're back too. Good. We received the reports from the Alliance. Since we are all here, perhaps those who bore witness to the events in Alamigo might treat the rest of us to a first-hand account. Yeah. No sooner do we overcome one problem than another appears. It would all seem tediously predictable but for the endless variety of our foes. This Fandaniel sounds even more unhinged than his patron. Unhinged, perhaps, but no fool. For all his pantomime theatrics, he gave away little about his plot. We know only that he intends to recreate the final days, and that the towers will somehow facilitate this. He also called his dragon Lunar Bahamut. Let's not forget that little detail. And the creature certainly did resemble the Elder Primal. That may be, but the fact that it answered to Fandaniel would suggest they are not one and the same entity. I think it more probable that it is some manner of simulacrum born of Asien magics. Whatever it is, for now we can but work closely with the Alliance and remain vigilant. I believe that concludes our news. What of yours, Istola? I have been to see the Sultana, knowing how quick the immortal flames are to dispose of their tempered. I judged it best to provide them with the cure first. As soon as I had sufficiently recovered, I traveled to Ul'dah and delivered the porxies to her grace, along with detailed instructions on their use. Yet my visit chanced to coincide with the arrival of some troubling tidings. The Immortal Flames had been on the cusp of agreeing to a truce with the Amalja when negotiations abruptly collapsed. The Amalja claim that a number of their kind have been abducted, and that men are responsible. Naught is known of the perpetrators as yet, but as the Immortal Flames went about investigating the abductions, they came upon one of Van Daniel's towers. On the subject of the towers, you may be interested to learn that they are not an exclusivity Eorzean phenomenon. According to the Alliance, they have been sighted as far afield as Yansha. Then it would seem reasonable to assume that they are everywhere. We simply have not found them. Well, as you said yourself, we could do little for now save remain vigilant. And since we are dealing with a dragon, ostensibly at least, I believe it would behoove us to enlist the aid of an authority on such foes. Estinian! Hey! Do we know where to find him? Estinian? Now just a moment. If he could be persuaded to lend us his lance, I would be the first to welcome it. But the truth is, we'll struggle even to find him, right? You let me and Kryle worry about that. We'll sniff him out, no matter where he's hiding. If indeed he is hiding, we have ways of locating him regardless, so if there are no objections, we shall depart at once. Sorry, pardon me. Well, rather than sitting around, I think I might go to each of the city-states and educate them in the use of porxies. They would doubtless appreciate it, but might you consider taking a moment to rest before leaving? You'll be fresher for the task ahead. Well, my friend, a moment of triumph did not last long. It was ever the way. The world often needs saving. And save it we shall. I, for one, do not intend to allow a nihilistic madman to take all of us to the grave with him. Not when the future holds such promise. Nay, I will do all in my power to protect those who I hold dear, just as you have always done. Yeah. Thanks, Graha. What do I have a feeling we're about to get cutscenes? Meanwhile, somewhere in the locks. Oh, please be safe, these.
Scouts should have been back by now. I'm gonna go and find them.
Oh god.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
Oh, I don't trust that.
Glory be.
Great, zombies.
Glory be to Kobold!
Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace, at least with that, Lisa's fine. She'll probably kick the crap out of the dude. It's fine. He's admiring his sword.
The piles have been driven as planned, and the first of the beasts has roared to life. Moreover, I am pleased to report that preparations are well underway for the rest. Ere long, chaos shall reign over all the land, as befits the final days.
Call it what you will, so long as my friend returns to me, fangs bared and claws sharpened. I care not.
Of course, my lord. By strange coincidence, your dear friend chanced to be present when I made my declaration. I took the liberty of informing him that you await his coming, though I confess I may have singed him a little in the process.
And why do you tell me this? Are you in such a hurry to die?
Ah, my apologies. I must guard my tongue lest it be the end of me. Though, there is something to be said for such a glorious death. Better to fall to one who has it all than falter before an inferior. Huh. I shall keep it in mind as a contingency. For now, however, I shall proceed with the plan. My lord.
I must find myself a new weapon. One worthy of our long-awaited reunion.
No. Oh. Oh, shit. Okay. He forsakes the sword? At least that one. Probably gonna get a better sword. Although I can't think of a better one. Ooh, I hope he doesn't go after Ian. Oh, God. Ah, it's making me worry now. In face of this new draconic threat, we would indeed benefit from Estinian's presence. Yet I cannot help but wonder how Krile and Tataru intend to locate him. They certainly seem confident, however. Unto the breach. Alzay is waiting patiently for the return of certain scions, not least of all you. Good news, Shent. Thancred and Yonjay have finished their tour of Garlemald. Oh yeah, they're going to Garlemald! I want to go to Garlemald! And they're on their way back here, even as we speak. As we still haven't heard anything on the towers from the Alliance, I'm hoping they might be able to shed some light on things. They're due to arrive any moment now, so let's see what they have to say, eh? They're not gonna be also zombified, are they? I hope not. I'm gonna come in here saying glory to Garlemald. Okay, doesn't look like it. Ah, a welcoming party. You needn't have gone to the trouble. From what I hear, you've been more than busy enough as it is. Honestly, you might have waited for me to return before discovering a clue for tempering. As it is, I can't even pretend to have been involved. Well, if it's any consolation, I myself was little more than a spectator. The lion's share of the credit must go to Alizé, Graha, and Shent. I believe I speak for the rest of us when I say we are proud to have rendered what little assistance we could. As you will also have heard, though, it hasn't all been tales of triumph. Just as we have taken a step towards finally addressing the primal threat, a pile of fresh problems landed in our lap. Anyway, it's good to have you back, but can't help noticing that we're one Yonjay short of a scouting party. You haven't lost him, have you? Oh, I couldn't lose him if I tried. And I did try, repeatedly. But no, he decided to linger in Alamigo to praise Raban and the others of how the land lies in Garlemald. And mayhap you will do the same for us. Indeed, it was just as Lise said. Worse, in fact. Devastation as far as the eye could see. Never an however, were notable by their absence. Might they have met their end at the hands of Xenos and Fandango? Perhaps. Or perhaps they simply lost the will to fight. You see, the capital has been plunged into a deathly silence with one exception, the Imperial Palace. It was a busy place before the war, but it has grown busier still, with throngs of soldiers and civilians working their day and night to rebuild, or rather, transform it. Transform it? Into what? That is a difficult question to answer. The construction is vast and unsettling to behold, like something from a nightmare. According to Euron J, certain aspects of its design were clearly devised with the manipulation of Aether in mind. Magitech, in other words. Yet as unnerving as this edifice was, it was nothing next to the sight of its builders. They swarmed the place like so many insects, working with nary a word exchanged between them. No one overseeing construction, no one barking orders. It was as if they were possessed, or tempered. Wanted to investigate more closely, but given our suspicions, it seemed wiser not to take the risk. Wise. If Fandaniel could bind Bahamut to his will, might he have done the same to the people of Kobold? Whatever the truth may be, this information is certain to prove valuable. You have our thanks. Well, be sure to save some for Euron J, which reminds me, I have a message from Alamigo. Raban is hosting a meeting to discuss the latest findings on the towers, and he requested our presence. Then why not leave that to us? You must be weary from your mission. No, I'm fine. Those towers have been on my mind since I first spied one on the way back, and I'm keen to get to the bottom of this. In that case, I shall stay and begin looking into another matter, as I promised Kryl. We need not all attend. Very well, I suggest the rest of us make our way to Alamigo forthwith. The sooner we leave, the more time we will have to speak with Euron J before the meeting. True, let's do that. So, back to Alamigo now. Although I was only in Revenant's Toll a short while, I did manage to squeeze in a brief drink with Lahamine. Spring water only. It's been a flying visit. I wonder if there have been any developments regarding the Amalja abductions. It could be no mere coincidence that the incidents began occurring just as the towers first appeared. The Royal Menagerie stood close to the civilians. Fandaniel and his pets certainly left their mark. While we may safely assume that the Telothroi are behind the works being carried out on the Imperial Palace, we can only guess at their purpose. My friends, much and more have I heard of your avails in our absence. Heartened am I to see you all hale and whole. As are we to see you safely return from your mission, Euron J. I trust Thancred made you feel welcome. Loving is an Alphino and his merry band. Oh, yo. Arnvald, whatever are you doing here? When we spoke via Link Pearl, you told me you'd be away on a mission. And who's to say it isn't part of it? But enough about that. It's good to see you looking so similar. I thought you'd have grown a bit taller after a whole year in another world, but apparently not. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. While my soul may be a year older, my body has hardly aged. As you are well aware. And may I remind you that we Elzen are known to be late bloomers, especially in terms of our height. Mark my words, the day will come when even a great Auroch such as yourself will crane your neck to meet my eye. Aye, 'twas not until my 20th summer that I myself outgrew my boyish proportions, though Moonbreeder towered over me nonetheless. Arnvald brings out the best in Alphinaud, doesn't he? They both seem so at ease in each other's company. It's almost endearing. So what exactly brings you here? Oh, for Dola mostly. We need to go over a few things before we set out. Set out? Wait, does this have something to do with the towers? What gave you that impression? Actually, tell me later. You got a meeting to go to. I'll see you afterwards, alright? He didn't say no. If Ordola is going with him, that must mean... My apologies. As Arnvald rightly pointed out, we have a meeting to attend. Let us be about it.
Ere we begin, I would like to offer my gratitude to Masters Thancred and Urianger. It is no small feat to infiltrate the Imperial capital and live to tell the tale, much less in times of civil war. Thanks to them, we may plot our course in full knowledge of how the winds blow in Garlemald.
Full glad are we to have been of service. But verily, such dangers as we did encounter pale into insignificance next to those faced by our comrades. An Ascian, armed with the might of Bahamut, bent on bringing about the final days.
Theatrix. He sought only to make a show of the power at the Teleforoi's disposal. But since then we have seen no sign of this Fandaniel or his worm. And while we've done what we can to bolster our defenses, there's no telling where he might strike next.
Whenever and wherever it may be, we must use the intervening time to learn more of our enemy. 'Twas with this in mind that we dispatched scouts to investigate the towers.
Our advance party took longer than expected to return. And when they did, they tried to kill us. Luckily, I'd seen that sort of thing before, and we were able to restrain them before they did any harm. Then it was just a matter of letting the Porksies do their work.
Thank God we figured out a
Are you
way for the
saying they were
tempering.
tempered?
Because holy crap.
Once they'd come back to their senses, they told us everything they could. It seems that just as they were getting close to the tower, they heard an ear-splitting roar. And that was the last thing they remembered. But what worries me most is what they were saying right before they attacked. Glory be to Garlemald.
The Tempered have heretofore ever been thralls to primal entities. Yet these hapless souls were compelled to accept a nation as the object of their devotion. This calleth into question all that we know of the condition.
Would that the unsettling news ended there. Alas, there is more. Following the earlier reports of missing Amalja, we have learnt that other beast tribes have suffered similar losses. And we now have reason to believe that the abductions are connected to the appearance of the towers. Our scouts sighted black-garbed figures leading shackled Ixal in the direction of the tower in Dravania. The Temple Knights were able to intercept them before they could reach their destination, liberating the Ixal and apprehending their captors, each of whom was found to be equipped with Garlean arms and armor.
So, the Empire is the common thread.
Are they using them
With the
to
support
power
of
the
Xenos,
towers?
It seems likely that Fandaniel has rallied a faction of the splintered Garlean army to the banner of the Telophoroi.
Lord Hien reached the same conclusion when I shared our findings with Doma. The plan had been to march on Garlemald from the east and west in order to force a peace treaty. But the situation has changed. Dealing with the threat of the towers must come first. Given the nature of the enemy and the proven risk of tempering, I could think of few suitable candidates to aid in this task. But I am confident in my choice.
What?
They do have the Echo.
Resistant to primal influence
Yeah.
as they are, they can investigate the towers without fear of being turned.
True. No.
We are glad to put our gifts to use, Commander.
Redemption, for one.
Gifted or not, going behind enemy lines
I
remains
do
a
like a
perilous
good
undertaking.
redemption story.
But we must know more if we're to strike back at our foe. I'm counting on you.
If it would give us the upper hand, I'd do it 100 times over. We won't let you down.
That concludes the briefing. You two, make ready and join your escort.
Are you certain about this, Arenvold?
Why not throw me in there too?
I am.
I'm also resistant.
Come on, let's talk outside.
I'm just saying, you know. Fordola. If it's small talk you after, look elsewhere. Except that numbers can prove a hindrance when infiltrating enemy territory, but to send only 2? Now that it's out in the open, I don't have to keep it under my proverbial hat anymore.
So you know, I've already gone through all the formalities at the Rising Stones. Made sure to inform Jamoldva and Vmar at Ralga's Reach as well.
Arenvold, I admire your enthusiasm, but this is far more dangerous than anything you have done before.
I know the risks. And I also know what's in store if we don't stop Fandaniel from carrying out his plan. With this power of mine, I can make a difference. If I stood idly by, I would regret it for the rest of my life.
And you, Fordola? Is this what you want?
What are you asking me for? It's not like I have any say in the matter.
Don't pretend. We both know Commander Aldin gave you a chance to refuse. And you didn't.
So the Empire's finished, is it? But that's what they're all saying. That the great and glorious Garlemald slit its own throat. And now, from out of its twitching carcass crawls the Telophoroi with bloody Xenos at its head! I fought for Garlemald. Killed for Garlemald. What was I part of? I need to know. Whatever it is, I need to know.
Very well. If your hearts are set on this, I shall not stand in your way.
If you've finished with your touching display of camaraderie, I have a question. Which tower are you planning to investigate, exactly?
Well, the one in Girabani is said to be tightly guarded. It's patrol after patrol out there, apparently. We'd be spotted before we got anywhere near it. Which is why we've set our sights on the one in Pagalthan instead. There shouldn't be anything like as many Imperials to worry about down there.
I have no clue
Even
where that
so,
is.
I doubt the local Amalja will look kindly on it if they catch you sneaking around in their territory.
Oh, okay.
Fordola and I had a chance to learn the lie of the land in our previous forays there. We might still find trouble, but at least we won't lose our way.
Hello, Rosen.
Well, we'd best not keep them waiting any longer.
Mayhap when all of this is over, we could take another trip to Loxeld. I would have you know I've become a rather capable swimmer since our last visit.
Ha! I'll believe that when I see it. Though, to be fair, getting into deep water does seem to be a scion's lot in life. Take care, eh?
No red flags at all are being raised here. Oh god.
It means a lot, you know. You coming with me.
I'll still owe you for saving my skin, don't I? Can't return the favour if I'm not there.
I dare say you'll get your chance before long. That Fandaniel sounds like a tricky customer. Too much for the likes of me, anyway. But we both know I'd just be another soldier if it weren't for my gift. And I need to be a damn sight more than that given what's coming. I realise I can't hold a candle to a hero like the Warrior of Light, or Alphino for that matter. He might look like he's 12, but he's seen more action than most people see in a lifetime.
Arnvald.
No, the fact is I'm nothing like them, and maybe I never will be. But I'll be damned if I don't try. They're counting on me. On us. So let's give it our all.
I wonder what she's thinking about.
He does not want for conviction, that much is certain. So let us have faith in him. Him and Fordola both. While they see to the towers, I would attend to another task. chasing down this lunar Bahamut.
Ah, bloody thing. Can you hear me? It's Tataru. I'm happy to say we've managed to find Estinian.
Hey, good. Where's he at?
And I'm sorry to say he went running off again the moment we told him about Bahamut.
God damn it.
But he did mutter something about heading to Ishgard, so if you're quick, you might still be able to catch him.
Well, gotta try at least.
Even if we set out this instant, he may already have left by the time we arrive. Have her send the Bonanza to Ishgard. It may prove useful should we need to give chase.
Gladly. I'll see to it as soon as Kryl and I get back to the Rising Stones. Good luck.
Thanks, Tataru.
While you go off on your dragoon hunt, Urianger and I will return to headquarters. We have much to tell the others.
Fair. Get some rest.
I wish you every success in your search for our elusive friend. May we all meet again ere long.
At the turn of the tide. Estinian Wormblood, the Azure Dragoon. His was another name that featured prominently in the history books. It'll be fascinating to meet the man in the flesh. I get the impression Arnvald is a lot more apprehensive than he lets on. He'll have been grateful Afino was there to see him off. Money. So Estinian was bound for Ishgard. Whatever it is that brings him home, we must hope it will keep him there long enough for us to find him. Come, there's no time to lose. Again, I'm afraid that there's a chance if he tries to fight the Lunar Bahamut that there's a chance he could be tempered. Because Estinian doesn't have access to... Words escape me. To the gift, I'll say that Shent and Arnvald and a few other people have. I've only visited Ishgard once before, after the devastation of the 8th Umbral Calamity. To see the place in all its former, in all its original glory is a tantalizing prospect indeed. Assuming we find him, there'll be my first encounter with the famous Estinian. If he's half the man after the claims, I fully expect to go weak at the knees. Perhaps do a little bit of fainting while I'm at it. Oh, Alize. All present? Good. Let's split up and search for Estinian. Since we're relatively new to this place, Graha and I will look around the open spaces, the squares and markets and whatnot. You and Shank can delve into the nooks and crannies. Very well, let us reconvene at the airship landing later, with or without Estinian. Good luck. I think I should begin at the Sky Steel manufacturer, so perhaps you could try the congregation? Lucia may well have heard news of my friend's return. Okay, sounds good to me. Lucia. Good morrow to you, warrior of light. Lord Aymeric sent word that you would be attending the meeting in Alamigo, so I gather you have not come in search of him. What, then, do we owe the pleasure of your visit? Your Justinian's back in town. I see. No, we were not aware Sir Justinian had returned to Ishgard, but as I expect you remember, he is wont to come and go as he pleases. Mayhap he came seeking an audience with Lord Aymeric, only to find him absent. In any event, I am afraid I cannot help you. Perhaps one of your companions has fared better. Well. Sir Justinian is every bit as elusive as your Andre suggested.
No sign of him. Not that I've ever met him before, but the way Alphino goes on about him, I'm fairly sure I could pick him out in a crowd.
Speaking of which, it does seem awfully quiet. If the erstwhile Azure Dragoon had returned to Ishgard, would it not be a source of general excitement?
First the Scion's Coinkeeper, and now you. I'm beginning to think these meetings are more than mere coincidence. Not that I'm complaining. It's been too long.
Too long?
You look an ilm taller and twice as rugged. It suits you, Alphino.
Oh no.
Have you been giving him lessons on how to be the strong, silent type?
Oh no. Oh.
I am not Alphino! If the two of you are such firm friends, perhaps you should remember what he looks like. And what do you mean, rugged? Ugh! Had my brother mentioned what an oaf you are, I'd never have bothered looking for you in the first place.
Justinian Wormblood, the Azure Dragoon. He who fought and felled the dread worm Nidhogg at the Warrior of Light's side. To think the day would come when I should see this living legend with my own eyes.
I think Justinian is gonna go back into hiding
Someone
after
mind
this.
explaining what is going on?
Is everything all right? I thought I heard Alize shouting. Estinian! It's been too long.
Look at her. She's pouting.
No, it's quite understandable. That was hardly the first time we've been confused for one another. Nor, I suspect, will it be the last.
Oh, this is gonna kick your butt,
Well,
Alpha.
I, for one, will not be making that mistake again. What I will say, for the second time today, is that you've grown. Inside and out. I can tell.
One can't remain a spoiled little lordling forever, you know.
At least someone's having a good time.
Aww.
You know when we were growing up, Alphino would never befriend other boys because he couldn't stand the thought of not being in charge.
Hey,
But
Vanilla.
maybe that's changed. He seems just as happy around Estinian as he does Arenvald.
You're right. You're right. Well, perhaps he sees them as the brothers he never had. I think he learned how to talk with people rather than at them. Well, you can't keep them all to yourself forever.
Keep him to my... You're joking, aren't you? I'd be glad if someone would take him off my hands.
Aww.
No rest for the righteous, eh? Speaking of which, I was just on my way to borrow an airship to take me to Azisla.
Oh, well, funny you should seek
Azisla?
one.
How could I forget? The dragon with whom Bahamut shared the deepest of bonds.
Aye, Tiamat, his mate. Even now she remains imprisoned on Azisla, though her remorse binds her faster than any shackle.
I see. As the one who first summoned Bahamut, you believe she may be able to shine some light on his latest incarnation.
Might I suggest that we make the journey to Azisla together? I'm not sure if Tataru mentioned this, but we Scions have an airship of our own now.
I see no reason why not. Assuming your sister can bear the thought of sharing a deck with me.
Oh no.
Be my guest. But confuse me with Alphino again and I'll throw you overboard. Ugh! I don't know who he thinks he is, but he's nothing like Alphino painted him to be.
I will admit, he's not exactly as I imagined him to be. Based on what I had read of the man, I think I was expecting someone a little less... blunt?
No, he is very, very blunt. I'm glad I can laugh. Because I know I'm going to eventually be upset again. Tiamat summoned Bahamut once before. She may have again, willfully or no. Not to complain, but I didn't expect to find myself here again quite so soon. So this is the Delta Quadrant, where countless dragons yet lie imprisoned. The great Tiamat among them, or Tiamat. It's been quite some time since last I set foot in Azisla, but I understand that the three of you were here rather more recently. I don't suppose you chanced to meet with Tiamat during your visit. Alas not. We had no cause to set foot here in the Delta Quadrant, but I have studied the relevant records, which is not to say I wouldn't appreciate a first-hand account of your dealings with her. Well then, Shent is the person to ask. As far as I know, he's the only one of us to have met Tiamat face to face. Even now, she remains a prisoner of the Allegan Empire. Let's just say it helped that Midgar Sommer was there to introduce me. Yeah, Midgar Sommer helped a lot. Ah, yes! You were a friend of her father. I too have met with Tiamat. After the Dragon Song War came to a close, I came here to speak with her, a woman who had fought her own war against man in another age. I wished to know if she yet harbored thoughts of vengeance, and asked as much. She said no. My hatred for your kind was extinguished long ago. But the guilt she feels for resurrecting Bahamut burns on undimmed. It torments her, even now. I see. Then Your original reason for coming here was out of concern that Tiamat had been forced to summon Bahamut. Nidhogg is a part of me. I feel his emotions as my own. Know that he would not allow his sister to be made a tool of evil. In his absence, it falls to me to watch over her. Oh, give me the money. Our grandfather sacrificed everything to protect the realm from Bahamut. We must be prepared to do the same. The Azure Dragoon of history were the mortal enemies of the dragons, yet now they would be hard-pressed to find a soul who understood them better. It was the Ascians who taught Tiamat the secrets of summoning, even as they supplied the Alligans with the means to capture primals. So much suffering, all of it by design. Zanian was ready to lead the way to Tiamat, except Tiamat awaits. This way. No, I hit the wrong button. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, she was not very far from us at all. Hi, Tiamat. How are you doing? To think that man is responsible for all this. So much else that Dragonkind has suffered. Resigned to her fate, though she may be, I cannot help but feel that we may be able to help Tiamat. But she only let us. So this is one of the 7 great worms. Even thus confined, her presence is overwhelming. Yeah. I don't know about that mouth flap, though. This seems like she's not been...
It's plain she knows naught of recent events. Perhaps you should enlighten her.
Rabble, 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 rabble. You have to know what might be going on. Really? Has any of the dragons gone missing like the other peace tribes? We're talking about the original ones that might still be trapped still.
I've seen it with my own eyes. Captives of a lost empire, neither alive nor dead, existing only to preserve Bahamut's corporeal form.
But we dealt with them, right? I'm glad that I did finally end up finishing up the coils before doing this. Otherwise, because I had not reached that part yet. Oh shit. Would you like to help us? Join us?
Your children's pain means nothing to them. They laugh at your kind suffering. But tears will not right this wrong, nor will lamentation see the perpetrators punished. Behavior befitting a great word.
Oh, shit.
We came here to ask mighty Tiamat of the First Brood, consort of Bahamut, mother of the dragons of Mericidia, what she intends to do about the crimes committed against her children.
Yeah! Mm-hmm. Cool. We could free you, I think. I think we can.
You too were exposed to his influence. That you are yet in possession of your own will is testament to the indomitable strength of your soul. But were you to meet with Bahamut again, you fear you might succumb.
On the matter of Bahamut's influence, at least, I believe we can be of some assistance. If you're afraid of being enthralled, don't be. We have a cure. And while we've never tried it on one such as you, its basic principles are universal.
There is no future for those bound to the past. That you committed a terrible sin, I do not dispute. But if you feel remorse, you may yet make amends. We offer you that chance. Take it, or you will forever remain a prisoner, not of these cruel shackles, but of your own guilt.
Holy shit, I love this game. she still has some pride after all. Let's see if she's as good as her word. Won't make up for what she's suffered at the hands of men, but if there's a chance we can free her, truly free her, we owe it to her to try. I confess, my heart was in my throat when Estinian thought to parade her, yeah? But appears to have had the desired effect. What do you think, Graha? While Porxies have been shown to be effective in curing the temper, Tiamat must be considered a special case. Do we need the Queen Porxie? She is far, far larger and immeasurably more powerful than any subject treated thus far. Were we to remove her restraints only to find that the process had failed, we would be hard-pressed to contain her. Then, before going ahead, we should learn as much as we can about the exact nature of her condition. Do you suppose we can find that information here? Why, yes, we can. We can indeed. The Alkans kept detailed records on all of their notable captives, and I know exactly where to look. Okay. We shall leave that to you. In the meantime, the rest of us can turn our thoughts to the removal of those shackles. I know Alphino and Shin here well enough, but not you. Are you certain you're ready to see this through? Rest assured, Sir Estinian, that I am both ready and willing to give my all for the sake of the star. Though that is not my only reason for wanting to set Tiamat free. While I do not claim to know all of her sorrows, I too once found myself in a prison of despair, and I well understand how hard it can be to dare to dream of escape. It took the encouragement of braver souls than I am to make me turn the first step towards a brighter future, and I would help Tiamat do the same. I gather you are not as young as you look. Mayhap when our work here is done, we can trade tales over a pot of Tataru's famous tea. And be indebted to her for the leaves and hot water. I think not. Damn! I see. Returning swiftly to the task at hand, then. I believe the nodes governing Tiamat's restraints are locked in the sector known as the Flagship. Are we about to do another dungeon? Ah yes, we're familiar with it. The Chemical Research Facility in particular. Oh, you may wish to take this, a spirit vessel, containing a small amount of my blood. Ah, so we can get into certain areas? Smart, thank you. A key. Which you just happen to be carrying around with you. I suppose that can seem rather odd. To explain, Rambros, Duranje, and I are researching the use of spirit vessels in the transference not only of memories, but the traits of certain bloodlines. And so I keep one at the ready should an opportunity to test out theories arise. As for its use to you, you may recall that during our previous visits, the nodes were granted access to restricted functions, having identified me as being of royal blood. And armed with that spirit vessel, I posit that they will do the same for you, even in the absence of the rest of me. It seemed worth a try, at least. Agreed. We shall take good care of it. To the flagship, then. As and I shall remain here and attend to necessary preparations. In the event that the spirit vessel fails to work as expected, you know where to find me. Good luck. It's possible the restraints may have mitigated the effects of her tempering, but Tiamat has been enthralled to Bahamut for thousands of years. To have clung on to her reason through it all says a lot for her strength of will. More than a lot. rather leave these elegant contraptions to you and Alphinaud. Let's split up and search the flagship for the node that controls Tiamat's restraints. But should you find a likely candidate, do not be tempted to make any adjustments. It would not do to accidentally release some manner of experimental monstrosity, nor less Tiamat herself in her current state. Our objective at this stage is simply to identify the relevant node or nodes. Once we have learned what we can, we should reconvene and compare notes prior to proceeding. Sounds good to me. Get a bird's eye view. Obstiferous node? What's okay. The egg node. Grr. Data link with Delta Quadrant broken. Possible cause, intruder interference. Advise deployment of automated combat units. Proceed. No, it's not that. Malodorous node. Friction between metallic components detected. Temperature increasing to critical levels. Please replace damaged parts or retreat to a safe distance. So not you either. Oh, they assume. These nodes, or whatever it is you call them, why do they wither so? I don't know. Perhaps they are afraid of you, Steve. Perhaps they are afraid. Oh, found you. Maybe. Glamorous node. No. Warning. Scheduled dragon restraint maintenance due in negative 2,020 years. Failure to verify system integrity may result in unscheduled specimen release. Oh. Oh dear. That's probably not great. Infernal things. One of them sent a swarm of mechanical vilekin to plague me. Must have angered it. I'm afraid Estini and I have little to show for our efforts. Did you find anything? I did! A node which smelled like burned air. Yes, a chirping node which spontaneously warned me about neglecting the dragon restraints. Spontaneously, you say? Well, that does sound promising. Almost suspiciously so, in fact. But then you were in possession of the spirit vessel. I dare say it is indeed the node of which Graha spoke. And it was chirruping, you say? Very well. Well, let's take a look. How did the Alligans tell these godforsaken things apart? Shaping color, I assume. As I suspected, the node will not acknowledge my authority to issue its instructions. Blip. Do you wish to operate the dragon restraint mechanisms? Blip, blip. You do not have the requisite access privileges. Operation of the dragon restraint mechanism may only be undertaken by the chief technologist and members of the royal family. Or those with a vessel full of royal blood, perhaps. Field trial of spirit vessel. One never knows when a small portion of royal Allegan blood might come in handy, which is why Grahatia keeps his vessel about his person. How about this? Nip. New user detected. Commencing biometric authentication. Nope. Authentication complete. User identified as member of the royal family. Please state your name. Alphino Levier. But that's just confusing. Amusing as you may find my name, I must ask that you use Shantabetter, please. Bloop. Username changed. Welcome, Shantabetter. You may operate the dragon restraint mechanisms when ready. Bloop, bloop. Error. Unable to disengage restraints with the specimen Tiamat. A system update is required. No! Not a systems update. A system update? What do you suppose it is asking of us? Smash it to pieces. Now that I do understand, you can go first. User agitation detected. Initiating guidance program. Bloop. In order to operate the restraint mechanism, I acquire access to the central control system. However, I am unable to establish a link to said system due to the obsolescence of my own software. This issue can be resolved by applying a system update using the corresponding terminal located within the flagship. So can this thing release the restraints or not? It can, but only once it has received the required system update, as far as I can tell. Till which time it'll float there spewing nonsense. User dissatisfaction detected. Initiating placitation protocols. Bloop. I am here to help. Rest assured that I will be on hand to guide you through every step of the system update process. How gratifying. But I dare say we will fare better with guidance than without it. God. Complete. I don't know what possessed the Allegans to surround themselves with these chattering orbs, but the fact that they remain while the creators do not speaks volumes. Sid and his colleagues always make operating these Allegan devices seem so easy. True. I want money. Eventually, the strain node stands poised to lend a hand, figuratively speaking. Bloop, guiding user to terminal. This way, please. Look at me. This is a task for you and Alpha now. Bloop. Access granted to user Shantabetter and his adolescent Elzen companion. Master Better's other companion is deemed a potential risk to safe operation and has been denied access privileges until further notice. Okay, Alphino. This terminal appears to be similar to the one we encountered when we first set foot here. Let's hope it will be equally helpful. Let's see, according to the terminal, the central control system is presently employing software version 56.135. Dare I ask which version you are employing? Why, software version 42.002, of course. Bloop warning. Errors detected in the data management system. Estimated time for update 5 years, 1 day. That is rather longer than we were hoping. Are there any other options? For instance, using this terminal to operate humans restraints instead. Bloop. Process method is indeed an option. Please be warned, however, that the procedure may have changed as a result of the system update. My instructions may no longer be accurate. Well, I can't imagine it will have changed all that much. As long as we paid due attention to any discrepancies, I dare say we shall be able to muddle our way through. Are we sure about that? Don't bother trying to explain. Just tell me if we've made any progress. I would say so, yes. It does, however, require that I remain here to operate the terminal. I shall inform you via ProLink once I'm ready to release the shackles. It might be best if you left the spirit vessel with me. I may have use for it. Rest assured, I will be certain to return it to Grahati once this is over. Are you now Shent? Just a little more work and Tiamat will be free. But before we go any further, there is something I would know. When Tiamat and her kin fought against the Allegan Empire, both sides were both dancing to the tune of the Ascians. And it was the same in Ishgard, where they stoked the fires of conflict between men and dragon from the shadows. All that the Ascians touched turned to ash, and thus have you made it your mission to fight them. But there have been times when you tried to reach out to them instead, to find common ground. So I must ask, what do you intend to do with Van Dan? Will you try and reach out to him too? Damn, the middle one. I will try, yes, and if that fails, I'll remember him. Holy shit. I see little point in reasoning with the wretch, or remembering him for that matter. But perhaps that's the difference between you and me. You see the good in people, even if it be but the faintest glimmer. I only hope you do not come to rue your benevolence. You think us unwise for viewing the world thus? Far from it. That has ever been your way, and I learned when we journeyed together with Isart. Yet the fact remains that there are some who view compassion as a weakness to be exploited. And there may come a time when you extend the hand of friendship only to wish that you had dealt the killing blow. So, save your mercy for those who deserve it. Well, we should be getting back to our task. If Alphino has things in hand here, I suggest we rejoin the others. Fair enough. Fair enough. Blip bloop. Warning. Releasing dragon restraints may result in specimen loss, damage to facilities, and incineration of staff. You cannot deny the logic in Estinian's argument. Given all that is at stake, even the slightest lapse in judgment could be the undoing of us all. spirit vessel proved useful after all. Excellent. This Fandaniel truly is without reason or creed. He is no better than a rabid dog. Treat with him if you must, but be ready to do what is necessary. Stinian told me all is well, but nothing more. Honestly, it's like getting blood out of a stone with him. I take it from Alphanu's absence that he's needed elsewhere. Ah, the music! Well, that all sounds rather frustrating, but you got there in the end. While you were off talking to Nodes, Graha and I were learning as much as we could about Tiamat's condition. Our readings confirm that her ethereal balance leans strongly towards the umbral, as was the case with kobolds. Therefore, all other things being equal, the treatment should work. The difficulty lies in the sheer quantity of aether with which we must contend. Multiple applications of the treatment will inevitably be required if we are to reverse the effects of the tempering completely. Meaning, I'll need all the aether I can get. Thank you in advance. Although this endeavor will ask much of us, we do have one reason to be optimistic. Namely, that Tiamat shows no sign of fanatical devotion, suggesting a milder case of tempering than that suffered by the kobolds. Tiamat saw Bahamut as an equal rather than a god. Might that have made a difference? Now that you mention it, it very well might. She would not have believed it necessary to defer to his will. But enough talk. It's time to put our theories to the proof. Tell Alphano to disengage restraints, ethereal dampeners. Here we go. I'm counting on you, Angelo. Such warmth. The frost that shouteth my soul doth begin to thaw. What are these? Visions of days long forgotten, of war with the men of Alec. Wherefore do such baleful memories return to me now? Could it be that the process of restoring her soul to its pre-tempered state is awakening ancient memories? Or might the opposite be true? If so, by helping her to recall the past, we might be able to speed her recovery. Shent, she trusts you. Speak to her. Ask her to tell you of times past. Tell me of Bahamut as the Ascians. Ah, Bahamut, my beloved. Would that the peace we found in Mere Cydia could have lasted for eternity. But alas, it was not to be. The Ascians saw to that. In all creations I know none more wicked. It was at their behest that the men of Alec first came unto Mere Cydia, under our home. The tale began when Bahamut and I left our father's side. We took wing in search of a place to make our eyrie. Beyond the southern ocean, we discovered a lush and fertile land. It would become to be known as Mere Cydia by the children of men, though many years were to pass before they crossed the seas. Upon our arrival, we welcomed by the peaceful people of the forest, kin to the trees. Surrounded by nature's bounty, Bahamut and I found a place to raise our young. Fascinating. This correlates with the writings of the Charlian scholar Rurusha. She posits that man first settled on the southern continent towards the end of the Second Astral Era. Correctly, it would appear. If only she were with us to hear the tale from Tiamat herself. Again, Angelo. Since the children of man arrived in our shores, no foot did they set in those places of which we held dominion. What the heck am I looking at the bottom right? Such was their fear of dragonkind, and as they kept their distance, so did we let them be. Yet as the days went by, ship after ship appeared upon the horizon, bearing even more of their brethren, who divided the vast land amongst themselves. For a time they knew peace and prosperity, but as their numbers grew, the smaller their share came to seem. Soon they began to covet the territory of their fellows. Ere long man fought man, blood was answered with blood, and none could see an end to the strife. Until one day they came to us. Recognizing our wisdom, they entreated us to intercede in their conflicts. Bahamut agreed, and with him presiding over the affairs of men, the land knew peace once more. Alas, those golden days of harmony too were fated to end. For the men of Alex slew my beloved, and I in my rage and sorrow heeded the envenomed words of the Ascians. The rest thou knowest only too well. But your tale doesn't have to end there. When you are free, we'll rid the world of the Ascians together, and you and your beloved will have justice. Fine sentiments, but you're almost spent. I'll keep watch from above. If the treatment fails, run. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I swear, when this is over... Keep going, Alize. The magic is working. Slowly but surely, the magic is working, aided no doubt by the memories you bade her share. Well, I knew this wasn't going to be easy. No patient could have prepared me for treating a great worm. But we're close. I can feel it. Well, I've only got a few more drops of Aether left to give. With yours and Graha's, this will work. And I believe I speak for both of us when I say that you may take as much as you require. Careful, I might hold you to that. Alright, here I go.
No. I'm almost there.
Yay. Have our energy.
This is it, Angelo.
Holy shit, nice! But is it enough?
Did it work?
We won't know for certain until the shackles are removed.
Let the shackles be released. Alphino, please.
Many have been subjected to the Allagan's dark arts, their flesh irrevocably altered. For such tortured souls, I fear there can be no salvation.
Ungin. Slusk an ol fol kael an. Slusk seth som in an. Afaten. Mon ud. Wan an. Lis a an. Do ud an.
When that time comes, you won't be alone. We'll stand by you.
She's in an enemy.
Alphino's ready. It's time. Do it. And let's hope the treatment worked as it should.
Mahamud an Ul jas. Ul asa. Vesk an.
By the gods!
Orionje, your timing could not be better. Understood, we're on our way.
Oh boy.
It's Bahamut. He's been sighted over Pagalthan. He flies for the largest amount of settlement in the region, at the head of a vast host, including dragons.
Did you hear all that, Alphino? You'd best rejoin your comrades. I'll make my own way. Our enemy awaits. Shall we?
Holy cow. I'll be fine. Plenty of time to recover on the airship. I'm sure you're desperate to join Estinian and Tiamat in battle. It would be wiser to gather the full strength of the Scions first. The foe we face demands no less. I'll be fine. Yes, plenty of time. Okay. The Flames of War. With Luna Bahamut bound for Grahati is determined to call upon the aid of your fellow Scions. Let's do it. I've already sent word to the others. We're at a rendezvous in Ul'dah with the Hall of Flames. Let's collect Alphino and be on our way. Boy. First the spat of abductions, and now an attack on the Amalja homeland. What do the Telophoroi aim to achieve with all this? If you're worried about me, don't be. I got some rest during the flight, and now I feel ready for anything. As I am sure you recall, Aronvald and Fedor were bound for Flakavala. I pray they have not come to any harm. By happy coincidence, Kryle and I were in the process of concluding our inquiries when news reached us of Luna Bahamut's return. There is much to discuss, but it will have to wait. Of the foe we face, we know but little. Though time be of the essence, we must not stint in our preparations, lest our haste to fly to the aid of the Amalja cost us our best chance of victory. Now I know some of you could do with a rest, but I'm sorry to say that Teforlalala have other plans. Fafalalala is already under siege. Happily, the Immortal Flame arrived just in time to join the defensive efforts, with Marshal Torapin at their head. Well now, given the failure of the peace negotiations, I'm uncertain how the Sultana would respond. Good to hear that Ul'dah has not abandoned the Amalja. Abandoned them, we do not profess to be their friends. Yo. Who are you? Your Grace. Who are you? Hey, Nanamo. Marshal Torpin has made provisions for such an exigency? Yeah, I guess that's right, yeah. Blech. And was ready to depart at a moment's notice. All that was required was the agreement of the syndicate, each of whom voted in favor of intervention. Nor is Ul'dah alone in its resolve. The other alliance nations have likewise dispatched their troops to Flaglathron. Yet even with our combined strength, we shall be sorely tested, for we face not only the might of an Imperial Legion, but Lunar Bahamut and his draconic horde besides. Tiamat's children. Fight as we may, victory is by no means assured. But not all of the omens are grim. Our forces report that despite their proximity to Lunar Bahamut, none of the Amalja show any signs of tempering. Strange. What primal would turn down a chance to claim new thralls? Unless it is incapable of doing so. Primals are not wont to serve a master, Asin or otherwise. It may well be that Lunar Bahamut differs in some fundamental manner from those we have previously encountered. If that were true, anyone could fight him, and Shet and others like him wouldn't have to shoulder the burden alone. Be that as it may, Lunar Bahamut remains an incalculably powerful foe whom our soldiers will struggle to best, though mere force of arm. With the aid of the Scions, however, I believe they will fare rather better, assuming that is you are ready to take the field. An airship awaits to bear you to the front. Pray set forth as soon as you are able. I, meanwhile, should continue to coordinate our forces. Till next we meet, may the 12th bless and keep you. Alright. Bye, General Dude, I guess. It's kind of her to speak with us personally. You may be certain she has no shortage of other responsibilities. Well, I, for one, am inclined to do as Her Grace requests. Lest we forget, Arnvald and Fodola are in Plagavhan on reconnaissance. The sooner we save the day, the better their chances. Indeed. To the airship, then. Okay. Lest thou wonder, I have attended to Thancred's ammunition and completed mine own preparations. I trust thou canst say the same of thine. Try as I might, I cannot fathom why the Thalafroi would move to attack the Amalja. If Fandaniel's objective is death and destruction, one of the city-states would surely have been a better target. I feel like it's a distraction to their real goal. No, they have some other agenda, one encompassing the recent abductions, perhaps. Do you think Estinian and Tiamat have already reached Pelagathrian? But I should know better than to speculate on the whereabouts of the Azure Dragoon. Forgive me. It's not impossible that the Tarafroi redirected some of the troops stationed at the tower to the front line. If so, this may all turn out to have been to Arvald and Fedora's benefit. Given what we know, some, or perhaps even all, of the Imperial soldiers may have been tempered. If we can subdue them, we should be able to do something about that. But they would still see us as enemies even then. That said, they wouldn't be deaf to reason, which is better than nothing. So the Telaferoi have constructed buildings capable of tempering, and primals which are not? What secrets are they hiding? Greetings! We've been expecting you. But say the word and we shall depart for Flagathian at once. Okay, so it is a dungeon or a trial. And we will do that next time, I think. We'll do that tomorrow. So yeah, oh my gosh. I'm so glad we have a way of curing the tempered. And we've cured already a couple of good candidates for it. One of the Kobold leaders and frickin' Tiamat? Heck yeah. We now have an Elder Worm on our side. I won't say no to that. Alright, but until next time, once again, thank you everyone very much for watching and for chatting with me. Thank you very much, Rosen, for chatting, as well as you, Vanilla. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.